question is, are you ready?
Welcome, everyone, back to another episode of Neurodiverse Investor Seth. I'm your host, John Arroyo. And boy, WWE has been on fire. But this week, every man and woman is further south. New factions, faction breakups, backstabbing, heel turns galore. So I'm going to break it down with you. Let's go on to Raw, because Raw kicked things off with a bang. So we kick things off hot with the new alliance of Seth Rollins, Paul Heyman, and Braun Breaker. The man, the energy was unreal. Seth talked about he's the top guy in the main event winner, future-looking visionary. But then Sami Zayn pulls out absolutely a mic drop on Seth and calls him out for being a copycat, just like Roman and Punk, because he have Heyman on his side. Yo. And he called Breaker Seth Little Dog. That was savage. Seth said, it's cool, whatever. He fires back. But the visionary is the future. And Sami, either you're with us or against us. Sami needs to make a decision by the end of the night. He does. And pretty much the ending was insane. It kind of tells what Seth Rollins' mentality is. And I will talk about that later. The first match of the night, we got Rhea Ripley and Roxanne Perez. We got a straight-up banger. Rhea Ripley and Roxanne Perez are one of the top, like, the women division is on fire. Those two are the best. I love this match. Roxanne brought her speed and cutting with going after Rhea's leg over and over. But Mommy was stumbling for a bit. But you know Rhea. Rhea doesn't stay down. She was throwing Roxanne through the barricade, suplexes, and a razor edge. But then the match was physical. Chaos. Julia shows up, distracts Rhea, takes out Roxanne, takes revenge, but then double team Rhea. Like, I don't know how I feel about this Roxanne and Julia team. I like it, but this is building up to something. Because when they're beating down Rhea, we hear this. The genius of the sky, Io Sky comes in and helps Rhea. And at the end, Rhea and Io looks at each other, and Roxanne and Julia looks at each other. I feel like we're going to get a women's division pay-per-view or like a multi-brand pay-per-view, because the way they're stacking this women's division, we need an evolution too, and I cannot wait. Then we have some Judgment Day drama with the tag team division. So Finn walks into the Judgment Day lounge. Because, you know, last week JD came back. And him, Liv, Raquel, Dom, everyone is hanging out. And JD doesn't tell Finn because he thought Liv was going to tell him they have a tag match against the War Raiders. And Finn didn't look happy because he did not know what was going on. But the match was just intense. JD was flying all around. The War Raiders were using brute force and throwing JD and Finn all over, but then Gunther got involved because Carlito got involved. So Gunther pushes JD off the top rope for the win. This match was just straight up chaos. Now Gunther's in the mix. Are we getting Gunther and Rey Fenix in the tag team scene in WWE? I just love it. This would take it to the next level, but like this is just building up to be one incredible year of wrestling in WWE. And it just doesn't stop there. Then we got Logan Paul calling out the champ, but Jey Uso wasn't having it. So Logan Paul shows up, demanding a title shot after beating AJ Styles. But then Jey Uso pulls up and like, nah, I'm not doing that. I'm done playing games. You want to fight? Let me fight. And then just super kicks Logan Paul. And the crowd goes wild. We need a match ASAP. And I like Jey Uso's new persona of, I don't care, fight me. That was so good. And that leads me to another crazy moment. Becky Lynch, mic drop of the century. She comes out spitting venom. She says that we cheered for Bayley. Nah, Bailey been attacking her since 2019, and the way that we turned cheering Bailey, and Becky said I was gone. I've been gone a couple times, and you guys just forget about me. And then she calls Bailey a little and called Lyra. Without her, Lyra would have been nothing. But Lyra claps back and says Becky has always been a backstabber. And she reminds us of the time she backstabbed woman. And then she says the whole locker room does not like Becky. And Lyra said, I know the only way you're going to fight me is for the title. And Becky said, you don't need the title because you're worthless. And then it just goes into Brawl City. Women all over the goddamn ring. They're fighting all over. Lyra gets the upper advantage, but Becky hits a sneak attack. Now we're getting a women's Intercontinental title match at Backlash. That's going to steal the show. Becky Lynch going full Hollywood Hulk Hogan, full rock heel. I love it. Like, she just bashes almost every woman. Iconic. Mic drop of the year. Then we get another amazing women's match, Stephanie Valkyria and Ivy Nile. Both women showed their movesets to a T. Technical versus power, great backward counters. Ivy was in control most of the match with suplexes and German slams and stuff, but Valkyria was able to pull it off with the VVS for the win. Big things are coming for both of these women. Not just that. Is Stephanie Valkyria on the main roster now? We don't know for sure. But I just like it. Like, they're really using the women's division to a T. Then we get a weird segment. So last week, due to Gunther beating up Michael Cole and Pat McAfee goes on the announce table and just start crashing out saying that he wants a match with Gunther. So Nick Aldis comes out and he's like, you really want a match with Gunther? Like, he destroys half of the roster. Are you sure? And Pat's like, yeah, give it to me. So at Backlash, we're going to get Pat McAfee and Gunther. I don't know what Pat McAfee is thinking, but Gunther is going to chop him into next week. Maybe Pat McAfee have a plan, but I just know this match is going to be entertaining. To close off the show, we are back with Seth Rollins, Breakker, and Heyman waiting for Sami Zayn to answer. Sami Zayn answers. And Seth didn't like it. They solve for it. Seth helps him. Like, hey, I can give you a world title match, but Sami says, I ain't no puppet, and tells Seth to go to hell. So Seth brings out Breakker for them to have a match. Sami versus Breakker was his scene. Breakker was a beast most of the match. Sami Zayn was trying to fight back, but at the end, Seth tells him to end it, doing the death symbol.
Finish him!
And Breakker spears Sami Zayn to pieces. And at the end, we get all of Heyman's new group standing near Sami's deathless body. What a way to end the night. So SmackDown was just a straight up chaotic brawl. Call-outs, people attacking each other, rivalries galore. Pretty much this is leading to Backlash and words collide in a new level. So let's get into business. We kick off the night with LA Knight grabbing a mic and calling out last week's chaos. He's ready for his rematch for the US title, but Solo and Jacob throw everything thanks to Damian Priest. But Priest wasn't having the blame game. Damian Priest is like, do not blame me for your fault. Damian Priest comes out and say, hey, hold up, I did not cause you your rematch. Drew McIntyre did. And LA Knight said, cool story, but you cost me it. And then Damian hits back, I saved you from losing to Drew, which led into a clapback of why both of them lost at Mania. So just like clapback after clapback, roast after roast. And then, they were supposed to be the main event. Nah, they just started the match. No bell, no build up, just fists. Yo, this match was insane. Back and forth, laymakers, corner counters, and Damian was going to go old school only for LA Knight to reverse into a net breaker. LA Knight hits a high elbow only for a 2, and then Priest does a Rager Edge from the top rope only for a 2. Count, what are these guys made out of? Like, these guys were literally beating the hell out of each other. But then, Solo needed to get involved because Solo's like, you name drop me. And then Jacob Fatu is like, oh, you name drop me. So, everyone was just gonna name drop. And this is a crazy US picture title because it just leads with all men, like, just fighting. And later we find out that we're gonna get a Fatal 4-Way for the US title. So, like, it's just pure chaos. And I just can't wait to see where this goes. Like, who's going to win the championship? What alliances are going to be built? This is going to be really interesting. The men's tag team division is just on straight fire. We got a banger match with Pretty Deadly and Fraction. It was a fun, quick tag team match. High Fly and Madness, tons of energy. Pretty Deadly solidly takes out Nathan in the corner for most of the match, but Fraction wins with a Spanish Fly and a 360 combo for the win. Y'all, the tag team division is cooking, and I just can't wait to see how it just grows. Guys, we get the return of Nia Jax. Finally, she's back in the women's division, and she explains why she attacked Tiffany last week. She says, well, Tiffany backstabbed her. And she wants revenge. Like, she cast in the Money in the Bank on her. And she's like, girl, you used to be besties. And then Tiffany comes on and say, Nia, we was never friends. I knew you to get the title. And if you think I'm going to let you take your title back, you be mistaken. But then Naomi comes out full baddie energy and says, nah, you guys made both of my lives a living hell. And not just that, but like, I do not care. Like, I literally was beating Jade Cargill for like the last like 2 weeks, and I've been living life. I'm full emo, I'm baddie. She's a baddie girl club, and she will push anyone in front of any car to get her way. And then she just starts laughing hysterically, and then Jade comes out like, oh hell nah, I'm not done with you. You thought WrestleMania was it? I still want to beat you up. Which led all women into a brawl, and Nick Aldis come out like, whoa, like, calm down. We're gonna have a tag team match. Jade, Tiffany team up, Naomi, and Nia, let's team up, okay? We're gonna do that, and you're gonna be our new main event. Loved it. And during the show, we kind of saw each woman talking. We kind of see alliances, kind of tension. And for the main event, I'm going to talk about it later. But it was just a straight up brawl. Like, it was not even a tag team match at that point. But I'll get to that later. And then we get a fun match with Aleister Black and The Miz. Mind Games and Mayhem. Aleister Black made his long-awaited return, Motion. He was just like full poetry in motion, like Neo from the Matrix, ducking, spinning, kicking, and playing psychological warfare. Miz tried to hang out, but Black was like, you're funny thinking you can outkick me, and then hits him with the Black Mask for the win. And Aleister Black is just demolishing the division, and we just can't wait to see what he does next. Next, we got my Boricua queen, Zelina Vega, taking on the powerhouse Piper Niven, and brought all her heart. Vega uses her speed and her lucha skills, perfectly timed rolled up for the win, after Piper accidentally hits Chelsea Green. Zelina Vega gives amazing Rey Mysterio comeback level vibes. I can't wait for her to do that full underdog story. They're really building her up. I want to see more Zelina Vega every week. Not just that, where do that leave Piper and Chelsea Green? Are they going to break up? Or is Piper going to go after the title? We just have to wait to see, because it is that little bit of, is Piper going to turn on Chelsea? So we just have to wait. We got an amazing match with the Lucha division, okay? We got a dream Lucha match with Rey Fénix and Santos Escobar. Okay, like, the match had a lot of flips, counters, emotions. Santos tried to recruit Fénix again and again, and Fénix is like, boy, I told you once, I don't want to be a part of your group. And Santos keep beating him down like, oh, you want to join? And Fénix is like, boy, if you don't shut the hell up. And Fénix just like, you know what? Fénix went full Mortal Kombat, Street Fighter. He's like, you know what? I'm going to hit you with the 1-2 kicks, the combo, the running kick off the rope. And then he wins with a crazy, like, multi-level flip for the win. And then after, Santos was backstage with his guys. And Andrade's like, you know what? Can you, like, stop asking all the Lucha guys to be a part of your group if nobody wants you? Like, nobody really likes you. And Santos is like, oh, like, what do you mean? Alberto and Garza likes me. And they look at him like, ooh, I am. And Andrade's like, you should really just stop. And what did this mean? Because that AAA promotion WWE acquired and Worlds Collide. Are we getting a multi-man lucha match? I would love that, like a multi-generation match. I just can't wait. Okay, we just have Randy Orton come out and drop a promo. Not a promo, just a whole diss track. Like a Kendrick Lamar level diss track to John Cena. Pretty much saying, you guys didn't know the John Cena I knew. Like, he been always a total pain in the butt. Like, he sold his soul multiple times. Loyalty, hustle, and respect. Nah, that's not John Cena. It's cheat, steal, and lie. Also, not that. He makes fun of John Cena being, oh, he doesn't like kids. But why you do Make-A-Wish and why you're the face of Fruity Pebbles, huh? He low-key called John Cena out for being a part of a kid's cereal and called John Cena a walking cartoon. That was hilarious. And then he says he's gonna kill John Cena as the final legend, and plus John Cena's going bald, so he keep calling him Lego Head to end the segment. You know what? I'm done. Randy killed it. That's the only thing I have to say. Then we got our All-Star main event. Tiffany and Jade versus Naomi and Nia Jax. The only thing I'm going to say is it didn't disappoint. It was just a messy, chaotic mess. Most of the match, each woman got their hands on each other. Like, pretty much it was just a straight up, like, baddies fight. Like, something out of, like, a baddies TV show. Like, everyone was throwing hands. It became full bagger club. Nia Jax almost won with, like, an elbow drop. But then, you know, Tiffany does a swanton. And then all women start brawling and leading all over. But at the end, Jade Cargill just power bombs Nia Jax and makes the whole stadium shake. And at the end, Jade is like not giving Tiffany the title, and Tiffany's like, come on. And Jade is like, like, this is my title. I'm about to take it from you. And Naomi said what she said she was going to do. She was going to push any woman. So she pushes Jade into Tiffany and then takes them both out and then ends up holding the title to end the show. Like, even though we're getting Jade and Nia next week, it's going to be a 4-way at Backlash, and I can't wait. And is Naomi finally going to get the single run she deserves? Pretty much that's my review for this week. I already told you, Backlash is coming, Worlds Collide, Money in the Bank is coming soon. Pretty much WWE is everyone for themselves, and I love it. Just the straight up chaos. So hopefully you guys please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.